Welcome to Konoha Crush, a clandestine effort to exhaustively research and document events occurring in and around the village hidden in the leaves. I'm Paradise.
Hey, I'm Mel.
Hi!
Hey.
Hi, oh my god, we're back. We're here to run the podcast. We keep saying we're back at the beginning of every one of these. Eventually maybe we'll just be like...
Maybe it will just not be a big deal when we release an episode finally.
Yeah, or maybe it'll be so normal that it won't even register if it's 3 weeks between every episode or whatever. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're here. We watch Naruto. We're here to talk about Naruto, and also maybe we did some other shit in the preceding weeks. I don't know. Did we?
We've been watching a lot of Frieren.
Yeah, it's pretty
Frieren's
good.
still good.
They put a sicko in there.
They put a sicko in there. We love that. Dungeon Meshi's still good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Dungeon Meshi was airing when we last talked about, when we last recorded, right? So
yeah,
it's still
but
good as
I mean, Dungeon Meshi still existed in broad terms, right? We have talked about Dungeon Meshi on the podcast before, but yeah, the anime's out now, and it's it's still good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's it's the sort of thing where it's going fairly fast in some ways. So sometimes you watch it and you're like, oh, there's that joke I remember from the manga that I liked that didn't quite make it in. That's a little bit of a bummer, but it's fine. It's fine. There's enough bits of oh, they presented this in a really inventive and fun way or whatever that I'm pretty happy to just keep watching and pretty happy to just keep sitting down to watch it every week and see this other version of this thing I remember liking, and that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you could. That's basically all you could ask for.
Mm-hmm. God, what else?
All kinds of fucking isekai.
All kinds of fucking isekai. Solo Leveling came out. It's airing now in the first 2 episodes, I think.
That seems really self-serious from me having seen only 2 episodes and nothing else.
It's so self-serious. It's just okay. So I've read the full webtoon. I don't know how the light novels are, right? But it's really self-serious. It's just as soon as this boy gets level up powers, it's just self-serious edgy boy shit. As much as you can drink. It's
okay. I guess we'll learn how much of that I can drink as the season progresses, right? Because he they really play it slow. He doesn't even level up for the first 2 fucking episodes, right?
He doesn't even level up for the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. What else is airing?
There's other stuff. There's other stuff that I feel we've been having more fun with than Solo Leveling, which has been pretty that's on.
Yeah, I just mentioned it because I know it's a popular one, right? I don't know.
There's that wrong way to use healing magic one, which I've been surprisingly really charmed by.
Yeah. Yeah, the healing magic one's good. There's I'm the Baby, You Have to Love Me.
Yeah, that's a good... actually, I don't care that much about that show. We watched an episode and a half of that, and I got bored. I was thinking of the other baby show. The Plural Baby Show.
Yeah. The Plural Baby Show is way better.
Yeah.
I'm only a little bit charmed by I'm the Baby, You Have to Love Me because her baby power is that the animals have to love her.
Right. Its strongest feature is that you can refer to it accurately as I'm the baby, gotta love me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I just like saying it more than I like watching it, huh? It's not even the name of the show. I don't remember what the name of the show is.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
Who fucking cares?
Who fucking cares? I don't remember what the Plural Baby Show is called either, frankly.
It's Weakest Tamer or something Weakest Tamer.
It's the Weakest Beast Tamer on a journey to pick up trash or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a plural baby. She's wandering around. She has a tiny slime friend.
Yeah. Yep.
No, it's sorry, we're saying very broad things, but I don't know. It's just kind of fun to see oh, sorry.
Since recording the last podcast, we have seen the first 2 episodes of many shows.
Or the first 1 episode, depending on how much is aired and how much we decided to keep watching.
Yeah.
But when we say Plural Baby Show, it just plays the past life thing. It's she's got this voice that talks through her head that's the memories of a past life or whatever. It's okay, it's a Plural Baby Show.
Yeah, that baby's plural.
I don't know. What else? Anything else? This is kind of like rambling, but whatever. We're just talking about shit.
Yeah, fucking who cares? I don't
People
know.
love us.
Yeah. You gotta.
We're not the baby though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, don't get nothing twisted. We're not the baby. But you do gotta love us. No, I mean, I don't know. I'm out of shit to say before Naruto. Do you just want to get to Naruto?
Yeah. I mean, like, there's other stuff we've been watching that, like, maybe I'll like check in on like later or whatever, right? But like, yeah, let's get to Naruto.
Badass. Alright, folks, bad news about having things to say about Naruto too.
Yeah, they gave us some bullshit episodes this week.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
last fucking week, Sorry, I'm just getting into it before you even summarize
No, go ahead.
whatever. Like last week, I remember being like, oh, we had that Kiba episode. We talked about how it was like closer to like what we'd want out of like one-off episodes, like and I feel bad. I feel like I was too mean. I feel like I scared it away because we've just got fucking like 2/3 of our episodes like are just like the most like nothing like comedy one-offs, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Episode 185, A Legend from the Hidden Leaf, the Onba. In this little one-off episode, Naruto gets a dog on him after throwing a knife at an eagle. The little guy is a special animal called an Onba. That is your backpack if it thinks you are its mom. Having a baby boy backpack causes some of our favorite guy Naruto a little bit of grief. When Tsunade sees the baby get bigger, she has Naruto take on some woods bandits to get him out of the village. In the woods, Naruto has a run-in with the real Onba mom, and after a quick tussle and a heartfelt goodbye, Naruto makes his way back to the village to find everyone has a brand new baby boy backpack.
I hate Naruto's new animal so much.
I don't love the new animal.
It looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks like it looks like it's from somewhere else, and it's like a it looks like you took like an Osamu Tezuka like animal protagonist and put it through like several little layers of like making it worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's no good. It doesn't have any good jokes. It's got grabbing a tit and making somebody pissed off. It's got pissing.
It's got pissing.
It's got Hinata being dismayed about it being Naruto's child. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I don't know what the joke is there.
Right. It's a charmless beast. And like the episode doesn't look good, so like getting basically nowhere there, right? Like I need to express my discontent with this animal. That's basically where we're starting, right? So the episode is basically fucked from the get-go, but I guess there's like sort of a plot or whatever. We learn about how like in the past Jiraiya like went off into the woods to write like a paper about like an independent study paper for his like ninja school or whatever, which feels like a little like I don't know that they're doing like I don't know that you do that in fucking like ninja school.
Right.
But whatever. The thing that like sticks out to me about the like fucking young Jiraiya flashback is there's this bit where like he and like Tsunade are like arguing about stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, this fucking bullshit animal is real. I'm gonna go and find it." And Tsunade's like, "No, it's not, you fucking idiot." And like Orochimaru's like, "I'll believe in you, Jiraiya." And he like looks away and blushes. It's like, whose agenda is? Who's pushing this agenda? I need to know. I need to know.
I also need to know.
I was like, it just really took me out. But like, I don't know how you're supposed to interpret that. That isn't like young Orochimaru has a crush on young Jiraiya, right? Like,
yeah, well,
because
I mean, obviously,
it's like the exact same fucking like visual language of like how like Hinata is deployed in this show, right? Like,
right.
But anyway, when Jiraiya was fucking like 12 or whatever, he wrote like a paper about how scary this animal is, and this is enough to make like everybody in the village like just fucking horrified of it constantly.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I don't know, right? Like it's like Like, it feels like I'm failing to engage with the episode where it's at. If I'm like, oh, like if you think about the fact that these characters are supposed to be competent about anything, it falls flat, and it doesn't. They don't have any reason to be scared of this small animal.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, I don't know, it just doesn't fucking work for me, right? Like, like I don't know why everybody's under the assumption that this like fucking creature on Naruto's back is gonna get big and kill them all, and they have to like back off and be afraid or whatever. I don't really like get where that's coming from.
Yeah, well, you see, animal.
Uh-huh. Like, and like, as the fucking like plot of the episode contorts to be about it, and Tsunade's like, yeah, Naruto, I'm sending you alone on a dangerous mission so your animal gets killed. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know why that, like, I don't know, right? Like, there's definitely a lot of, like, in this anime original stuff, but, like, Naruto sending, like, Tsunade sending Naruto off on bullshit missions for various reasons. But this is, like, maybe the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just, I don't know, I just... I don't know, do you get what I'm saying, right? Where it's just, like, unsatisfying, like, it doesn't, like, really, like, cohere of, like, oh yeah, Tsunade is, like, so frightened of this beast that she's gonna, like, put a child in danger. Like, I don't know, right? Like, it's just...
This just isn't one of them. This just isn't one of the good ones. It's
right, like, it just doesn't cohere if you, like, try to, like, hold the image of the cast of Naruto in your head, or whatever, because... I don't know. I don't like it. It's not good. It's a waste of my fucking time. I don't know. The animal grows big and it's gonna fight Naruto, but then it remembers that Naruto was nice to it, and we move the fuck on. I don't know what else there's to say about this.
Yeah, right? Like, literally, just, like, fuck this one. Who cares?
Who gives a shit? We've given it the time it deserves. Let's fucking get out of here.
Yeah. Alright. Episode 186. Laughing Shino. Naruto and Shino get sent on a mission to help a man win his late father's entire fortune in a game the old fucker set up for his funeral. The man has to make it all the way through the service without laughing, but he is allowed a stand-in. Shino never laughs because he has bugs in him or something, so it's easy peasy until he gets laughing poison and Naruto has to do it. They try their best to make Naruto laugh, but he doesn't. And it turns out that Dad isn't dead and just wanted a fun time for his family. He doesn't seem like a great guy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. So, like, this episode is also, like, not really, like, particularly good or substantial, but also I feel like the basic level of craftsmanship is, like, a lot higher than the previous one, right? Like, there's, like, a lot of, like, little touches of animation or whatever, where I'm just like, oh, wow, you didn't, like, have to, like, do that necessarily, but, like, it's nice or whatever, right? Like, there's, like, a level of, like, energy to, like, the delivery of all of the, like, people trying to, like, make Naruto laugh in the fucking, like, funeral scene or whatever that are, like, that's, like, you know, it's, like, it doesn't feel, like, completely static, even if those jokes, like, aren't funny.
Yeah.
And, like, in a way, like, I was this is like ranging all over the place, but it's fine. But like in a way, it feels like it always doesn't matter that much that they're not that funny. If, like, when there's the, like, cumulative effect of a bunch of people doing a bunch of, like, very lame shit at a funeral to try and make, like, a child laugh. I don't know, right? Like, there's stuff where it's like, okay, like, I can, like, respect parts of, like, the construction here. Like, there's just one sequence that, like, really sticks out to me, just in terms of, like, oh, there's, like, all these little bits of, like, surprising, like, craftsmanship of, like, there's this bit where, like, you know, people are, like, arriving to the funeral. Like, there's this, like, guy who arrives with his wife, and, like, his wife, like, takes off her like, shoes and steps inside, and, like, the guy, like, sits down and, like, you know, there's animation of him, like, you know, he moves her shoes to the side and, like, sits down, like, take his shoes off, and, like, you know, cuts to, like, inside, and he's, like, moving fast to catch up to her, and just, like, all of this, like, little, like, extra secondary motion in this, like, scene that isn't, like, strictly necessary, but it's, like, yeah, and I don't know, there's, like, there's just, like, a level of, like, the care being put into this episode moment to moment that, like, doesn't necessarily feel like it's, like, what this, like, level of, like what the story, like, necessarily, like, demands, but, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna complain about that. I think that winds up being, like, kind of weird about this episode, I feel like, is, like, there's this, like, veneer over it of, like, there's a lot of stuff about, like, both, like, very, like, literally in terms of, like, the episode, like, opening with, like, Naruto's narration of, like, oh, something like scary is going to happen here, and also the like. Like a bunch of the ways like shots and stuff are like framed throughout the episode where it just feels like it's on this veneer of like trying to like tip over it from like being this like one-off comedy thing to this one-off like horror thing, but like it never really does.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. It's like a it's like a weird tone. Like I guess it's like distinct. It makes the episode stand out in some ways, right? But it's like I know the like the scary thing is like setting up for like a I guess like a punchline at the end of the episode or whatever.
Yeah, especially in like the earlier parts, there was like a lot of like setting up like a spooky ominous thing going on, right?
Right. And then like they like drop that, and then it turns out the scary thing that Naruto like won't talk about is that like Shino said that he told Naruto that he would kill him if he ever like told anybody about his funny penis jokes.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
That's fine.
Shino gets laugh poisoned, and the funniest bit in the whole show is when Shino is like shaking down the guy that poisoned him, like, don't do this to people.
God. Yeah.
This feels awful. I hate this. I didn't sleep last night. I couldn't stop laughing.
Because everyone's yelling at me all night because I couldn't fucking stop laughing. All my like bugs inside me are laughing also. They're fucking exhausted. This sucks shit. I didn't even think my bugs could laugh. You fucking... But there's not any like real lasting anger against that guy either, though, right? Like, because it's like, oh, this is the fucking like well-meaning dad who isn't dead, and he like faked his death to bring his family together and like remind them of like what's really important is laughing together or whatever. But it's and it's like it's not a compelling lesson. No, really. I don't know.
You just kind of like did some traumatic shit to your family, dude.
Yeah. And like Shino gets on board with it, I guess. Shino's like, yeah, okay.
Shino helps wrap up the situation as quickly as possible.
That's true. He's like, okay, listen, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna go fucking pretend to be. I'm gonna burst out of your fucking coffin, and I'm just gonna start yelling about my penis, and then we're gonna get out of here. And he's like, yeah, I guess we completed the mission. I guess this is what fucking Tsunade wanted us to do. It was all like a fucking like bullshit fake trick test mission to like teach these people about the value of laughter, so that they don't like lose sight of what's important when it's so they don't like the whole thing is this dad is like, oh yeah, all my kids like ever since we became very rich, they like started thinking about money too much and not about like how good it is to laugh together. And it's like, it's, I don't know, there's no like there's no real like engagement with like the change in the material situation or like what the motivations of people. It's just like, all right, let's keep being rich but also like, you know, laugh a little more. And I don't know, it's just like it's not like a moral lesson that I could like see anybody like getting anything out of, because like, I don't know, like the average child watching the show is going to be like, yeah, that's right, when I become rich and famous, I'm going to like remember how good it is to laugh with my family also. Because that's not like a situation people get into. It's
also not an episode of Naruto they would remember later in life, frankly.
Right. I don't know. It's just like... So yeah, it is kind of like, I guess this guy's kind of an asshole, and he does this like weird mind games bullshit on his family, and then fucking Shino's like, yeah, let's never fucking talk about this. This is probably the mission, I guess. Let's go home. And then we're fucking done here. I don't know.
Wow. Alright, let's move on.
God, that was like a fucking mess, but hopefully by the time I edit it, it won't be.
Wow. Episode 187, Open for Business, the Leaf Moving Service. Some tough cool guys are overthrowing the Land of Greens, a place we already know about. At the Leaf, Tsunade just can't figure out who to send on the mission because, as we all know, the Land of Greens is important to her personally. On the mission, Naruto, Hinata, and Shoji run into the caravan they're supposed to guard. The Tgirl of this arc, Shun, taunts Naruto into helping with the wagons. The boys notice smoke coming from the Land of Greens, so Naruto decides to investigate, while Choji gets a little girl, who tipped them off to the smoke, to keep it a secret from the caravan for now. Shun gets the child to tell her what she saw, and Naruto gets attacked in the woods.
the anime original arcs like really, really, really love like telling stories about Tsunade doing like fucking like bullshit trick missions to teach people lessons, and also like missions of her like doing a favor to like some guys she knew, like in her like Roman gambler days.
Yep.
Like the fact that like so much of like anime original Tsunade is like just like really like bogged down. Like, oh yeah, here's like the like here's my fucking like ties to like I don't know like people who like run gambling parlors or whatever is like it's so like it's this thing that like colors her as like kind of shitty in this like mundane like sort of like compelling way or whatever, and like Naruto isn't about, like this arc isn't about, like none of these arcs are about, right? Like,
Right,
you know.
right. Like, I wish so much that Tsunade got to be the character who like actually had connections through like gambling days, and that was an important thing to the story. Like, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Lol.
But like it's never something that really gets like gone into beyond the like like beyond like, oh, we need like a setup for this mission or whatever, so we never really get like a story about like the way that Tsunade is like a person who's like, yeah, I'm gonna like leverage the like military power I've been commanded to like do favors to like the people who were nice to me in the past.
Or even just episodes of stories of Tsunade in her fucking rascal days.
God, oh my god, if we just got like Rascal Tsunade flashbacks.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. It would be cool. It would be cool if we had like episodes that like weren't about Naruto. We say this every fucking week, right?
Yep.
And like this fucking episode, like I feel like draws attention to like how stifling it is that like we never get like stories that aren't about Naruto, because like once we cut over to Naruto from like Tsunade's like mission planning, and where she's like, ah shit, I guess I have to like send this bullshit team of like 3 guys who like never work together. Like, we kind of Naruto's like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm so glad to be, like, on a mission. I'm sick of, like, just staying back in the village and hearing about everybody else's cool adventures. And it's like, you didn't make the show where that happens. Like, that's just not where we've been. Like, every fucking, like, few weeks, Naruto goes to, like, a new country and, like, fucking is part of, like, radically, like, restructuring the current, like, leadership or whatever, right? Like, he's just fucking... He's just like showing up in places and like completely changing everything and like fixing huge problems or whatever, and it's just like weird to have him act like he's just like not the guy who gets to do everything.
Right. Like every anime original arc lives in like a pocket universe where it is the only anime original arc.
Right. Like, I mean, like, except for the times where they like reference back to them to like, but even then it's I don't know, right? Like, but like it's just like, I fucking wish we were watching the show where, like, Naruto is like, oh, I don't go on this cool adventure, but, like, fucking, I don't know, like, you know, this team had, like, a cool thing that Naruto's hearing about or whatever, right? Like...
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Like, this is our fucking drum we keep beating all the time forever, but it would be cool. But anyway, they catch up with the caravan, they meet all the guys of this arc, we get our, like, second, like, obvious, like, cross-dressing secret princess in, like, 20 episodes.
Yep. Well...
I'm, like, surprised they went back to the well so quickly, frankly, but, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know. This... Naruto likes having certain energies.
I wonder if we'll get more. Like, I wonder if there's other, like, secret cross-dressing princess arcs, or if it's just, like... like the guy who pitching was like, okay, we can't do a third one, sorry. But yeah, there's Shun, who, like we said, secret, like, depending on which of us is describing her as either the Tgirl of this arc or the secret cross-dressing princess, she can be both.
Right.
Yeah. Who's like, you know, and then you got her like various like bodyguards, you know, you've got like there's also the girl who's like nice to Choji.
I just think the cross-dressing princess archetype works better as a T-girl.
Yeah. But, like, they're really not very, like, subtle about it, right? Because, like, we cut right from, like, Tsunade being like, oh, yeah, I remember the princess and her, like, cool ninja bodyguards. Then we, like, smash cut to, like, mysterious, rude character who hates Naruto with her, like, cool bodyguard people.
Right?
But yeah, no, like we're meeting the new friends. Everybody's kind of settling into the what the dynamics are here. We got the guy who's roots Naruto. We've got the you know, we've got like. I mean, like I'm a little bit pleasantly surprised. Like, oh, here's like a dynamic between like one of the other characters, and like that's the original for this arc, and like one of like one of the other people who's like brought on this mission, right? Like I said, like there's that girl who's like nice to Choji or whatever, right? It's like, oh, you're fucking cool or whatever. It's like, all right, yeah, it's nice that somebody thinks Choji is cool. It's nice that like I don't know, like it's not the most in depth thing, but like it's nice that somebody's like acknowledging the other characters who are here.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes,
Mm-hmm.
Like I had like a pretty good time with like this episode, and like who knows what that says for like the arc broadly, right? But like like complaints aside about like the ways that like the setup of this part of Naruto is broadly, it's like this could totally be like a fine one of these, like depending how this goes. But everybody's like settling into that group dynamic, and they're like talking a little bit. Like the land of greens comes up, and people are like, yeah, it was like a wonderful place. Everybody loved peace and being good to each other, and it was beautiful there. And like Naruto's like, wow, that sounds great. And then then Shun is like, it sucked actually. It was fucking stupid. Fucking, it's lame to believe in people and be nice. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. and then like Naruto's like kind of like, oh no, what's going on there? And like we get like this line from the subtitles that like just takes me out every fucking time I see it. Of like Naruto's like wondering what's going on, and like one of the bodyguards is like, oh, he's probably a bit touchy from the bad things that have happened. Like does not elaborate and moves on.
yeah. Yeah, that line's great. It's just like, oh, he's just traumatized. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, there's we get stuff with people seeing the smoke and like Naruto running off to check it out, and that's where this half of the episode ends, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Naruto gets the guys with some clone tricks and reports to the others. The Leaf Ninja decide to reroute the caravan to avoid the woods goons. The cool tough guys scheme about an escaped royal lady, and then kill all the nobles that betrayed their lord and help them in the coup they just organized, led, and executed. Ruiga, one of the guy cool toughs, and the second Tgirl of the arc, attacks the caravan, catching one of Shun's in disguise noble guards in the woods. The guard guy does some flower attacks. They're pretty cool, but Tgirl cool Guytough has a water bubble.
There's like gone off to investigate what was up with that smoke. He gets attacked by he gets attacked by the enemy ninjas, and they're like, they're throwing shuriken at him. They're not really like revealing if they've got like unique art guy powers here. I don't even know if these are like any of the specific cool tough guys, or they're just random fucking goons. But like he's like, he's getting them with the real classic Naruto trick that I love every time, where they're like, all right, there's only two clones left. One of these has to be the real one. And then he's like, fucking dipshit, they were both fake. You just threw knives at each other. And he leaves.
I do love that.
It's it's just hard to go wrong with it.
I love Naruto just being able to like chump out some dudes with like a shadow clone trick.
Yeah. He should be doing this shit all the time. Like, maybe not doing the exact same trick every time, right? Like, but like he should be like, I feel like he should be using his shadow clones to be silly a little more often than he's like using his shadow clones to send like 20 guys who instantly get defeated. And like,
yeah, right? Because like that's Naruto's whole like early like combat identity is like doing like a complicated trick with a shadow clone that nobody expected.
Right. Yeah. Like this isn't even like strictly a new trick or whatever, but it's like it just still feels kind of like refreshing after like a bunch of like shadow clones who get beat up or like Uzumaki Barrage again.
Right. And it's, I don't know, I don't think it's that hard to like come up with like a fun way the thing happens. Like a couple of dipshits throwing knives at each other because they thought they were going to hit a clone that must have been the real one was like pretty good.
Yeah. It's just breezy. It resolves it. Naruto goes back to like check with everybody. They talk about it a little bit, and they're like, yeah, it's Naruto probably sent us like a baby bullshit mission. This probably isn't important. There's probably like no secret princesses here, so like those guys are like, they've probably got some shit they're doing, but it's not our fucking business. We'll just move out of the way. We'll tell everybody that we just gotta like leave to get out of the way of the fucking ninjas that are attacking. You won't worry any of them because, again, none of them are secret princesses, and we'll be good.
Yep. And then we see the bad guys again.
Yeah, we see the bad guys again. Like, this isn't the first time we've seen them, but like I didn't really like talk about it at the start of the episode. We see them like posing around, being like, "Haha, we took over this cool country, and it's ours now."
Yeah.
But we're like more properly introduced to them here. They're like lounging around in their like room full of money, and they're being sickos. They're like bringing in a guy to be like, "Hey, great work betraying your country, helping us like take it over." And he's like, "Thank you." And he's like, "You can take as much money as you want." And he's just like, like one of those like, "Hey, don't you think like while the fucking like guy who like helped them is like picking up money, he's like, hey, don't you think it's stupid to believe in people?" And the guy who's like taking them is like, "Yeah, totally." And then he just fucking kills him because he's a sicko. He's the fucking sicko, cool, tough guy.
Yeah, badass.
It's just like, I don't know. It's very like,
I don't know. It's kind of based.
It's kind of based. Yeah, no, like that's what I'm saying, right? Like it's like a little bit like when talking about that, I feel like a lot of the like pieces of this arc are very like mechanically like just like I don't know, like identifiable, right? Like very very like surface level, but also like I don't know, like I like it's being like presented like pretty fun so far. Like I hope we get some fun feels with this time. I hope these guys like keep being like, here's our like cool evil guy scene or whatever.
Yeah,
where we're like fucking like slaughtering all the people who are like collaborating with us to fucking take over this country or whatever. Like I hope we like get more of those guys. I hope we get some guys who aren't like completely undercutting themselves every time. And like that's a lot to be asking for. Like having seen one episode of this arc, right? Like there's all kinds of time for them to like go wrong there. But like I'm having fun with the Sikoku guys here.
Yeah, right. Like I love when they're just like, dude, you sold out your feudal lord to like make a bunch of money. Why the fuck would we trust you after that? Right. We're going to kill you, along with everybody else from this country who helped us. Because you're a bunch of fucking greedy dipshits, and we hate your asses really bad.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, those guys suck.
Yeah, fuck yeah, get them. I like similarly like when like you know when Naruto was like announced about the like ninja approaching, and then like one of like Shun's like bodyguards run off. Like, and I think it's fun that we have these two guys like doing their fights with their like own like new jutsu for this arc. You got the like flower guy doing all his like special attacks. And he's like running around doing his explosive flowers and like his like flower shuriken. The other guy is like you know the Tgirl cool Guytough, as you've said, has the water bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, like
her name is Ruiga.
Ruiga, yeah. I just think it's fun that we have these characters like get into this like fight together, and it's just like confident enough to just like display them like you know without like having like
yeah totally
like without having to like have like the characters we know there to like comment on it, right? It's just like here's this like self-contained like little fight scene between like new guys we made up, and like I don't know, it does a lot to like position these characters as like existing in the world like outside of like Naruto coming to like beat them up in a way that like does that make sense, right? Like it just feels like
totally,
a little better than like
it also something that like I've noticed is that it really paints like a highlight on like the differences between like you know shinobi out in the world doing their own thing, like working for like a specific like lord or something, and then just like the hidden villages.
Mm-hmm.
And just like how the hidden villages in this world are just like, oh yeah, we have these like prodigy genius nightmare children who are like as good as several of your adults, and we're like sending them out on missions for like children's pocket money. Yeah. And right, and how that's just like how that has become like the thing that you spend money on because it's so like efficient because you're paying children.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's good. I mean, maybe not funny, but it's like I don't know. It like it does a good job of like demonstrating the like situation.
Yeah, I know. Like it's like it does a good job of like being like, yeah, here we are in the like world of Naruto, and like it doesn't feel like completely disconnected in the way that like like I don't know, like we haven't heard of the Land of Dreams before, but the Land of Dreams feels like less fucking fake to me than like the fucking Land of Bears and the Village Hidden in the Stars or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, this is probably like a smaller like agricultural situation, and just like, yeah, it makes total sense that like they wouldn't be very big or all that important on like, you know, the global scale or whatever, right? But like, yeah, their princess has like a couple like decent enough ninja, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hope we have that like energy going forward. I'm glad that this was our last episode this week and we could like end on something a little more positive than those first couple. But like that's about what I have to say about our episodes this week, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all.
All right. Well, hey.
Well, hey, what are we watching next week?
Next week we are watching episodes 188, 190, and 100. Wait, hold on. I said this in a weird order. Well, next week we are watching episodes 188, 189, and 190 of Naruto.
Nice. If you can't wait, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Konoha Crush. All one word, Konoha Crush. For just $3 a month, you get access to our episodes up to a week early, and for $5, you get access to our bonus show, Narukai Uzumaki, where we talk about like isekai and isekai adjacent stuff. Right now, we're working our way through the second season of Sword Art Online Alicization. Hopefully, the recording of that will be here pretty soon. And while we're still on the Patreon, I want to offer a very special thank you to our joining tier patrons, Izzy and Stell. Check out Stell's Animal Crossing streams over at twitch.tv/subspaceskater, all one word, subspaceskater. You know, speaking of Twitch, you both stream. I've been streaming on like I've moved my streaming schedule back to like only be on Fridays. We're gonna be playing Vintage Story for the next little bit, and Paradise probably is still doing Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Every week I do a Fire Emblem stream on a Wednesday. I'm still working through Genealogy of Holy War. I'm like getting close though. I'm on like around the second to last chapter. Like, well, I'm getting there. I'm gonna be like finishing that eventually, pretty soon, probably, right? And just continuing my like full series playthrough game by game. That's been pretty fun.
Yeah, nice. Anything else you wanna shout out before we go?
No, not really.
All right, cool. Hey, thanks for listening. And remember, there is no such thing as filler.